Hello and welcome back to another episode of RavenTV on your TV Kojiko. My name is Chris Doyle and this is Celeste Chisholm. Now Celeste, what is our first segment today?
First off, in today's episode, we're going to check out our new sport, Ultimate Frisbee.
So what you guys are seeing today is an Ultimate Frisbee tournament. It is a mini tournament hosted here at Eastside, and it's Bay of Quinte. And so we've got 5 schools here today playing in a round-robin tournament. We've got ourselves, Eastside Ravens. We've got 2 teams from Quinte Christian, 1 from St. Teresa, and then Nicholson. And it's a full day of 5 round-robin sessions, and then a final playoff game. Super. So this sport is actually quite new to the Bay of Quinte area. Last year was our first year where we had a team that played in an OFSA event tournament, which was hosted here in Belleville. And then so we really wanted to keep the momentum up, and we brought the tournament here today. So it's really our second year, but it now is a Bay of Quinte sanctioned event. Ultimate Frisbee is a very inclusive sport. It requires kids who are ready to move and be very sportsmanlike. Spirit of the game is a big part of the game. And just a willingness to learn and get out and have fun and try. So the weather is a big factor in Ultimate Frisbee. You can see it's quite windy, so we need to keep the discs low when we're headed upwind, and then probably lengthen the field on the downwind points.
I play Ultimate Frisbee, and I like it because it's not very competitive. It's ongoing. It's fun. I like it. Well, so you get 7 players on each other side, which is 14 players equal. You would throw it, or as Ultimate Frisbee players, we call it huck. You huck it down the field, and you just play it on from there. So once your teammate throws it, you try and catch it, and you have to stop, and you throw it to another teammate. If they don't catch it, you go to the other team. It's like football. You get it to the other end or the end zone, and you get a point. It's usually every Monday to Thursday. Catching, running, getting our endurance up. Well, right now we're watching the final 2 teams play it off for the championship. About 8 now, maybe. Oh, you should do it. It's really fun.
That was awesome. What's up next, Chris?
Well, next up, Celeste, we have our amazing very own Ravens cross country team. One of our athletes, Maya Thomas, even managed to win gold at the Bay of Quinte finals. Let's learn some more about what it's all about.
I do cross country. I've came 7th my first race. I came 2nd my second race, 1st my 3rd race, and then 3rd my last race. Well, you're running the whole time, so it's basically just running, but doing cross country, you see so much beautiful scenery during it. It's just a really fun thing to do. Well, to prepare you, I put on lots of layers of clothes, get really comfy, just wear anything I find comfy. And then coming up to the race, I wear everything on, and then right before the race, I'll take stuff off. And then usually I wear a long sleeve shirt and shorts, and that's what I'm comfortable in. And yeah. Bay of Quinte was rainy. It's all it was, rainy, cold. I came first at that race. It was pretty easy race, just like any normal race, I guess, other than it being completely wet. And I was drenched coming up to the race, so I had to deal with that. But other than that, it was a good race and got a good time, and yeah, I liked it. I had Costa a week after Bay of Quinte, and I came third up to that. And leading up to it, I did a couple just runs, and then 2 days before I went to the gym, did a hard workout, and then I take the day before my races off, so I had the day off before that, and then I had Costa. Next I have is OFSA, which is not this weekend but next weekend, and yeah, that's my finish of cross country. It's honestly just a fun event to do. It's not like you don't have to be amazing at it. Like, you get better as you go. I've been running since I was 7, so it's pretty natural to me, and it's what I've been doing. But yeah, it's just come out, try it, do what you want. It's fun.
That's incredible. We wish them the very best. Now, Celeste, don't we have a special feature on our episode today?
That's right. This is Eastside's very first buyout, the Harvest Festival. It is celebrated by the Indigenous communities in our school every year. Let's go check it out.
So the significance of the Harvest Festival is to celebrate Mohawk culture here at Eastside Secondary School. It's been happening for a long, long time, ever since I was in high school back in the 90s. I remember coming to Moira to celebrate those things, and it's really just to showcase our culture and to share it with all of the different cultures and kids in the school. So as you can see behind us, you can see them playing lacrosse. They're doing cornhusk doll making. They're going to be making strawberry drink and learning about wampum belts. Yeah, so lacrosse comes from our creation story, where there was 2 twins born, and they created everything on the earth, and they used to compete to see who would take care of the day or who would take care of the night. And the game of lacrosse, as well as peachstone game and physical fighting, was all taking place. And lacrosse was what settled the score about how we're going to play, who would control the day and who would control the night. So the doll making comes again from a long, long time ago, when a little girl who was very beautiful, but super, super vain about how she looked. So there was a whole story about how an owl came to be near her and watched her, and how she wasn't partaking in any parts of life in the village. So ended up being that that girl lost her face, and to teach her about being vain and taking vanity serious. So the dolls are they're a reminder of us and a teaching around being vain. So the Mohawk class runs both semesters. This semester, first semester, we're teaching grade 9. And it's a mandatory course, actually, for the Indigenous students coming from Quinte Mohawk School. But it's not just a language course, it's a culture course as well. So we talk a lot about all of the different things that happen throughout the course of the year while we're in the school year. And right now, for instance, we're talking about hunting and important practices about hunting, and they'll learn all of the vocabulary and the language around that. So it's not just a language. You're not learning just a language, you're learning a culture and a worldview as well. And within the Mohawk community, we have a whole bunch of ceremonies. We celebrate all different sorts of things throughout the course of the year. So we do a midwinter festival, we do a maple festival, we do one for the thunder beings, we do a strawberry, a green corn, harvest, we do another thunder ceremony, we do a raspberry ceremony, we do one about for the beans. Like, there's all of the things that actually sustain us in our life is what we give thanks for in the community. So I would just really like to say Nyawagoa to everybody who has helped us here at Eastside for all of the things that we do to highlight Indigenous stuff. And Nyawagoa to anybody who has helped out financially, who's helped out. All of the support that we get from down on the territory is amazing, and I really appreciate it.
So Joe asked me to come here and just help around the activities. They're all Indigenous-based activities that are based around our culture as Mohawk people. 100% say what I could say to get people more involved. I think a lot of people hear about like reconciliation. A lot of people didn't really understand Indigenous culture. So I feel like when you talk to people about that, they tend to get a little more interested about it. But you got to be open to share. So if you say things that are, I don't know, that make people feel comfortable to learn, because in today's society, everybody's accepted for who they are, or should be at least. So I think it just be as simple as like even welcoming people to come here and learn these things. So even just telling them like, hey, like if you want to come by and check this out, like they're pretty cool, and I think you should come see them. And if they're down for it, then yeah.
I'm teaching lacrosse, and it's just an amazing sport. It's helped me over the last 7 years overcome multiple things, and it's such a fun sport. You know, you get to meet a lot of people, you get to go all over the place, and it's just something you can enjoy with everyone and anyone. So.
Knowing about lacrosse is really important, even if you don't play it or if you do play it. It's a really knowledgeable thing for it.
Well, in our creation story, the people were created with things from the land. So different races were created with different materials. So we were created with red clay.
That was a super fun celebration, but sadly this concludes our show for today.
But that's alright, make sure to join us as we approach the holidays. Anyway, my name is Chris Doyle.
And I'm Celeste Chisholm.
Signing off.
This is the last time we were here. Yeah.
Okay, where we go?
Medicine.
Where do we go? Yeah, where do we go?
I don't know. Go eat.
Where?
Medicine.